Blog Talk Radio.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Superhero Academy. This is your host, Crossfire the Crusader, and online with me today I've got our visiting professor, actually our staff professor. He's a full professor now at Superhero Academy, ARTISTEROI.
Greetings.
This week's one of our more laid-back shows. I always love to do the gadget shows and throw these in here. We get some really fun discussions. We get to talk real superhero-y, comic booky stuff in the real world. Before we get into our show, though, I want to talk about my little adventure yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. I got the honor of meeting one of the members of Team Justice, honorary member, full member. I'm not sure what the status is there of Team Justice. Danger Woman. Danger Woman was in Hot Springs, Arkansas yesterday for the documentary film festival, and I got to see the documentary film about her. It's called Disabled but Able to Rock. Let me tell you, if you get a chance to see this, it is a very good documentary, a very fascinating story about a very fascinating person. And if you get the chance to meet Danger Woman, especially hear her sing into her show, you will not be disappointed. Maybe not a perfect 10 musically, but she puts on a performance that is just a blast to be part of it. It's just amazing. High energy. She is probably the most enthusiastic and inspired person in the entire community, I would have to say. She's a force of nature is the only way I can describe her. So if you get the chance, I want to give a shout out to Danger Woman. Thank you. It was an honor to meet you yesterday, and an honor to be there. She introduced me to a lot of people in Hot Springs that I hadn't got to meet here. So she's already made the circuits here and got to meet a lot of people. And after the show, watching the children, the kids, line up to get autographs from Danger Woman, I was just in awe. Just watching her, the way she won over the crowd, it was just amazing. I've got another caller on the line, area code 253.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Skyman here, CF.
Okay, I'll call it off. Anybody else wants to call in, the calling number is 917-889-3317. But then, like I said, anybody that gets a chance to see Disabled but Able to Rock, it is a fascinating story about an amazing woman who has overcome so much and fought for so much for her own rights, and for the rights of others, and has really accomplished some amazing things. You know, she's actually responsible for bringing in some real criminals. Her story is amazing stuff. So I would advise anybody, you get the chance to do that, especially if you get the chance to meet her. It is well worth the price of a ticket to a Comic-Con or Dragon Con or wherever she might be, and be sure to join her. Which, by the way, ARTISTEROI, she has a request. She would love to have a utility belt version of a karaoke machine.
Well, actually, that could probably be done. So
I know we talked about it jokingly before, but she would love to have a utility belt version of it where she can just pull the mic out of her belt and do her karaoke and just have the little Adam West-looking belt to go with her suit.
I'll have to see what I can work up for that. I'm sure it can be done.
Oh, I'm sure it can, and I'm sure you can handle that. I mean,
I think, aren't there even programs for the iPod to make it a karaoke machine?
I'm not sure. I'm not really into the Macintosh hardware, so I'm not sure what and all is available for the iPods. I know a lot of people like that.
Well, I was throwing an idea out there to make it simpler.
Yeah.
I know a MP3 player and iPod. You can usually get one that shows you what songs with a little readout. You can put hundreds of songs in some of these things, so you could set up a digital thing right there. All you needed some sort of amplifier and speakers and a mixer. So I wouldn't think it'd be too hard to have a simple mixer built in there.
I think it would probably be doable. Probably the hardest part would be. You
remember those Mr. Microphone that uses the radio frequency? You could probably use a radio to put that in there and have a wireless microphone to go with it too.
I'd say probably the hardest part would be maintaining battery power. A lot of those high-powered speakers use up a lot of energy.
2 words: fanny pack.
Hey, now that's what my utility belt is based off of. Thank you, and I think it works great.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm thinking you need a battery pack fit into a fanny pack right there at the back of you. Perfect.
Or even have backup batteries attached to little components on the utility belt.
Yep. It can be done.
Cool.
I got his wheels turning. I can hear him all the way from here. You realize right now we are Superhero Academy coast to coast.
Yes, we are, aren't we? That's pretty cool.
We are. We're from Florida all the way to Oregon. Did I say that properly? Oregon, or is it Oregon?
Washington, sir.
Washington. Oh, well, yeah. You know, that's all Greek to me. Once you get away from the Mississippi River, I'm lost.
So you're not much for Lewis and Clark, I take it.
Oh, no. I travel from Walmart to Walmart. Once I lose those, I'm gone.
I feel sorry for you.
I was like that once too, my friend.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm getting too old to be traveling around the world doing stuff like I used to. You know, going on to the topic of today, there was a lot of things we want to talk about. First off, Artistero, you mentioned you're going up to Superheroes Anonymous.
Yes.
And finding out a lot of gadgets and stuff that you can't bring on an airplane. You want to kind of touch base with that?
Yes, this is true. I sat and made my list out. Well, first and foremost, me and Superhero are both going up to represent Team Justice in Superheroes Anonymous this weekend. And we're flying out on Wednesday. And so I sat and made out my list, my little checklist, so I can make sure that I don't forget anything. And I discovered that everything in my utility belt is prohibited on an airplane.
Sure.
So, everything. The only thing I can take with me is my flashlight. And that's just my regular flashlight, because I've got one with a little stinger on it, too. But can't take that one. Nope. So just about every gadget that you can think of is not allowed on an airplane.
So
yeah, but can't you just mail that stuff up to, say, Life or something?
Yeah. Well, that's what my wife said. She said send it all up there, have it shipped up there first to Life, and then get it whenever I get up there, and I'll have it with me, and then ship it back before I leave. I'm like, you know what? I'll just leave it here. So.
Yeah, too much trouble, eh?
Yeah, that's
without all your gadgets. Without all your gadgets, aren't you pretty much like a pharmacist?
Yeah, I'm kind of a nothing without my gadgets. So I will have, you know, my gloves, and that's it.
Wow.
So
you may have to take a Thursday afternoon trip to the flea market up there and do you a MacGyver operation real quick.
Yeah,
then I guess
I'll have to see if I can make anything up. But I know that just about everything that I have is, you know, it's all tools. I don't carry any weapons, but it's all tools. But almost all tools are considered weapons now. So they won't let
you
carry
can't carry
them
on you can't carry them as carry-ons, but couldn't they be in your baggage?
Yeah, we're not taking any checked baggage, so we're just taking carry-on stuff. So.
That's a bummer.
Yep. So that eliminates it.
No, it'll save on baggage fees, but you might just want to check your suitcase with all your gadgetry and as a check bag.
Yeah.
See, I've considered if I had to make a flight like that, how would I carry all the Crossfire stuff, especially when I get the new armor and the new shield and everything finished. I was thinking about getting one of those steamer trunks.
Yeah.
That I can padlock and of course go ahead of time and have them, okay, here's what I've got in here, this is stage stuff, or blah, 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 blah,
Right. Well, I don't fly often, so, I mean, this is the first time I've been on a plane in probably 8 years, so...
wow!
I usually drive whenever I go places, so...
The solution is pretty simple, Art. You need to trick out the Supermobile so it flies.
Let me think about that. It's got the horsepower. It definitely has the horsepower.
You just have the little wings come out like chitty chitty bang bang,
Careful there, Crossfire. We don't want him to be a true mad scientist.
That's right up there with my suggestion. That was right up there with my suggestion about Master Legend, a ultralight for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I said, of all the people, I could totally see him putting it to good use.
Yeah.
It would be entertaining. It would make the news.
Flying patrols over Orlando. I can see the headlines now.
Oh, yeah, it would be great.
Well, that's something we've discussed many times is, the practicality of flight. And, a lot of the newbies come in and they're all like, oh, I want some wings.
Oh, I want a jetpack. Oh, I want a kite. Oh, I want a utility glider. And I'm like, dude, how effective is that actually going to be on street patrol?
Exactly.
All I got to say, I just say this, if Skyman doesn't fly, why should the rest of us expect it?
Exactly.
Ouch. I gotta say that is the one dumbest question I always get from everybody that sees me out and about when I'm Skyman is, do you fly? I'm so fed up with it. The next time somebody asks that, I'm just going to be rude and say, well, if I had wings or a helicopter, sure. But, I mean, it's a derivative off my first name, and it's just, gosh. And I actually looked up the spelling of actual sky. The actual sky is S-K-I-E. So if I wanted to fly, I would have to be Skyman, as in S-K-I-E-M-A-N, not S-K-Y. But
then everybody would ask where your skis were. Everybody wondered where your skis were then. So, ARTISTEROI, moving on here. One of the things we've been discussing, I don't know, it's been an ongoing topic of discussion for about 2 or 3 weeks, is non-lethal weaponry. Things like, if you watch the infamous Phoenix Jones video with pepper spray, what kind of things you have used besides pepper spray? One of the things we talked about was sonic devices, like something like a smoke detector can be hacked and made into a disc that can be thrown in there with an alarm going off to disrupt a crowd. What's some suggestions you got along the lines of that? Some things you put together or some ideas you've got in your little notebook?
Well, first and foremost, the first thing that you want to use is your brain. So if you come up on a bunch of people dancing around or messing around or wrestling around in the street, try to separate them first. I mean, there's really no reason to go running in there and pepper spraying people.
Oh, yeah.
No reason to go in with guns a-blazing, huh?
Exactly. There's no reason for that. So, and I think
but, we've Monday morning quarterback video quite a bit. Everybody has looked at this and said, I would have done this, I would have done that. I'm like, none of you were there.
Right.
There's no, you can look at it now.
Quarterbacking.
Right. And I agree with you completely there. I know that there's a video of Urban Avenger on YouTube where he disarmed a similar situation, and he got everybody to just walk away, and I thought that was just brilliant.
I've seen a similar one with Zimmer from years ago, where he walked up and broke up a fight that was going on, and I've been there myself, and you can have 10 people fighting and walk up in there with the same response 15 times, and you'll get a different response from the crowd every time.
This is
Every
true.
15 times, yes, sir. I've been there.
Yeah. You're dealing
true.
with different people, different situations, different angers, different weather conditions can make, and I still say the lady in the red pants should have been arrested on a fashion violation.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it got blown out of proportion, a lot of things there. But, we look back on this and say, okay, what kind of things can we throw into a situation like
how
that?
about
You want to
wrongful use of stiletto heels?
or sonic grenades.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've looked at the sonic grenades and stuff, and I don't know that they're all that effective, but I haven't personally tried it or anything, and I'm not really the crime patrol kind of guy either, so I don't know. It's hard to say, really. Really, pretty much until you try something, you don't know whether it's going to work or not. I would be willing to try it. Definitely a sonic grenade would not cause any physical damage to someone like pepper spray would.
I think Midnight Detective was unable to be here today. He had something come up. He talked to me a couple hours ago. He was going to come in. We were discussing the possibility of taking like a couple frisbees and taking a smoke detector apart and rigging it so you had an on-off switch instead of a test button. And mounting it between the two frisbees, so you had this disc that would kind of cushion the device when you threw it, and you could toss it into a crowd like that, and you've got an alarm that's ear-piercing, and it sets off this inside your brain that says fire, and basically would freak out a crowd of people if it landed at their feet,
Right.
Wouldn't it,
So
though?
Well, that might be something to try. I'd be willing to build something like that. That sounds like a
I
nice
would carry that on patrol.
I seriously wanted to get him and you talking about smoke grenades.
Right.
We've been watching video after video of Midnight Detective testing smoke grenades, waiting for 911 to show up. Kind of an inside joke with us that he's going to burn himself up one of these days, But
now I've seen a pretty good one from Kip K, if you know who he is. He's not really an RLSH or anything, but he's a good gadget guy, and he builds lots of little doodads and what have you, and he had a nice recipe for a smoke grenade that I'm going to try and duplicate. So, and his was made with the little party snappers, the little snap things. You throw them and they go pat like that.
Yeah.
He took the insides out of several of those and mixed it up with some magnesium and some white sugar and just a little tiny bit of black powder, and then you throw it down and it still goes pap, only it's got all those other extra ingredients in it, and it makes a nice big ball of smoke. So
I would love smoke grenades.
Detective.
How about colored smoke grenades?
Well, color's created just by adding various different chemicals and stuff. That's the way they do it.
Guys carries green-colored smoke grenades.
Mm-hmm.
I would want one that had my tricolors, red, blue, and green, to come out. That would be awesome.
It could probably be done.
Right on.
Wait. One thing that I wondered about is I know it's illegal to put the police lights on a civilian car, but what about you see little toy portable lights that shine out and blink? What if you had like a small handheld, like a flashlight size thing that did the circular light and had the color like, so, oh, it's a cop,
There you're bordering on legal issues, I believe.
Right.
I know. That would be so simple to make, I would think, and seriously effective.
Right.
Yeah?
I think it would be seriously effective, because all they would see is the flashing light, and any crowd of people see the flashing, in Arkansas it's blue lights. I don't know what it is in Washington or Florida, but see that flashing blue light, they're going to like, crap, it's the cops, and they're going to disappear,
Yep. All the cockroaches scatter once they see those lights.
Yeah, I've always thought that would be an effective something to have, too, as, something that would simulate a police officer. But, of course, there's that whole law about impersonating a police officer. So, I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good idea or not.
Research.
My compatriot White Baron has a flashlight that actually has that feature. It goes from white to red to blue.
Mm.
And he can cycle it off and make it look like a police light from a distance away, which I think is cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I would think a little beacon like that, especially if you had a siren attached to it of some sort, would be a really good distraction. And as long as you didn't use it to pull cars over, where they're going down the highway, you probably wouldn't get in any trouble.
Right.
Or even have Ed 209 screaming from the speaker.
I need Ed. I want one.
I know there's a guy that built a car and put police lights on it, and the police said he was legal to have them on it so long as he didn't use them. Kind of seems like a misnomer to me. So, but I don't know.
I know Victim does a lot in improvised armor. How are you at it, ARTISTEROI?
What's that?
Improvised armor.
Oh, the improvised armor? Yeah, I've been talking to Victim about a lot of the stuff that he's been doing, actually. He's well ahead of me on the armor front.
We're working on a bulletproof vest for me right now. It's a kind of a poor man's armor, but it's made out of a 16-gauge steel with I think it's a 3/4-inch polycarbonate on the back, and that stuff's bulletproof.
Yeah.
And
stab-proof.
though. I'm waiting for it to be done. I mean, we have these monthly build workshops, and it keeps progressing.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to
I saw a demonstration with Kevlar a while back where they used a blowgun and put a needle right through Kevlar like it was made of paper. But, they say it'll stop a .45 slug, but that needle will go right through the Kevlar, and I'm like, wow, crap.
Yep.
But then on the other hand, the Kevlar cracked the steel plates. The .45 cracked the steel plates.
Oh. Of course, nobody's going to be shooting at you on the street with a blowgun, so.
I hope.
Hope not.
There might be some crazy bad scientist down in Florida that builds a handheld blowgun device. Have you ever designed one of those?
I could.
You're taking notes, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I give Art too many good ideas, I'm sure.
Oh, I get requests for stuff all the time. I mean, all the time people are asking me build a net gun, build a grappling gun.
Out of all the newbies who ask you to build some crazy cockamamie device, what is the craziest request you've had?
The craziest. Gee, I've had requests for flamethrowers. So that was pretty out there. I'm like, what are you going to do with a flamethrower?
Well, that's not the most craziest, only because guy named Nemesis or whatever was all about flamethrowers on the forum a while back, and it's just, I could see the effects of a flamethrower. That would disperse a crowd, but what if you accidentally caught somebody on fire?
Yeah, exactly.
So what if you accidentally caught your spandex on fire?
I'm sure that if you walk down the street for, like, even 10 feet down the street with carrying a flamethrower, the cops would shoot you. So
I wouldn't doubt it.
There's really no point in having something like that.
And the homemade flamethrower,
Yeah.
Let's take all the research safety devices off of it so it's lighter,
Yeah. Pretty much, if you can't just go to, whatever gun shop or weapon shop or whatever and buy something, it's probably illegal. If you can't just go buy it someplace, it's probably illegal. I would say that flamethrowers fall in that category. I don't recall ever seeing one at a gun shop before.
Let's hope so.
Wow, guys, we're almost done with the half hour, so we're going to go on ahead into an after show and continue this because I'm enjoying the conversation. I do want to tease for the people that are listening live, if you want to call in and join us for the after show, it's 917-889-3317. Our upcoming shows, we got something really good. Next week is our Halloween show, and joining us for Halloween is the Angel of Death himself, Thanatos the Avenger, is going to be our guest next week.
Awesome.
For that, I will have called in and sent my reservation.
I'm totally pumped about this. I have been trying to get Thanatos for almost a full year now. On the following week, we will have The Watchman, and then the 13th of November is our 1-year anniversary of Superhero Academy. I am pumped. We got a lot of good shows coming up after that. The 20th of November, we got Heart Heroes coming in, and I have issued a challenge to the RLSH and the RLSVs out there to see whether the heroes can collect more donations for Heart Heroes than the villains can. And I would like to set that to end on the contest to officially end on the 20th of November. And I will go so far as to make some sort of bet that if the villains get more than we heroes do, that I'll do something embarrassing on videos just to shame them and prove that they won this bout against Crossfire the Crusader. And you're going to have to think to figure out something that's going to embarrass me because I'm a weirdo. But they are currently got a waiting list of 50 kids that need capes. I've got another caller, area code 530.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Area code 530.
Oh, I must be 530.
Who have I got?
You've got Von Griffin here.
Von Zippen?
Von Griffin.
Okay, well, welcome to Superhero Academy. What's going on with our upcoming shows? We got 27th of November is Electron Boy Tribute Day, which we will have Electron Boy's sister online talking about his Make-A-Wish Day. The 4th of December, we've got The Handler, who's going to talk to us about her dog training and work with that. The 11th of December, Reggie Byrne will be talking about Cape Watch. And the 18th of December is Brandy Roses talking about ALD awareness and Power Boy. So we got a lot coming up. We're going to go on ahead and do our closing theme real quick, and then we're going to go into our after show. So everybody get ready. Here we go.
We're men in light. We roam around the forest looking for light. We're men in light. We run from the rich and give to the poor, that's right. We may look like cities, but what would you say, or else we'll put out your light. We're men in light. Always on guard, defending the people's rights. La 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 from the rich and give to the poor, that's right. We may look like candy, but don't get us wrong or else we'll put out your light. We're men in tight, tight, tight. Always on guard, defending the people's rights. When you're in a fix, just call for the men in tight. We're much.
All right. We are about actually 25 seconds left on the air. We did this a little early. But I wanted to go ahead and get the song in there because I know it's Skyman's favorite song.
One of them, yes, sir.
That's a great song.
It's just the best song to end the show with. I love it. If I thought about it, I would have so many people complaining about changing the end song. It's just unreal.
It's whimsical. I love a little whimsy.
I listening back to the previous shows, I saw where I actually did that as a gag on the second show, and it's like been almost every show since then. Everybody has just loved that song. I tried changing the opening theme, and I had some complaints about that too. It's like, okay, I'll come back to the opener. So I guess I can't toy with the format too much. It irritates my listeners. So. And we lost our other caller there. He dropped off, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But so we were talking about non-lethal weapons and just tossing out ideas there. I wanted to talk a little bit about surveillance devices, but we'll leave that for another show. We'll just continue with the flamethrowers and net guns.
Giving ARTISTEROI ideas.
Flamethrowers.
Oh, yeah. You know,
I would never build a
Hero
flamethrower.
Coalition. There was somebody, and I cannot remember who it was. We had some real whack jobs with Hero Coalition, and that was back in the days of Cloud Star Chaser and Master Legend and Tothian and Amazonia, and I were the more sane ones on there. And we had kids that would come on and talk about, I've got this plan. I'm going to take a super soaker and fill it with lighter fluid and make it into a flamethrower. And I was like, a plastic flamethrower, really?
That'd melt in your hand, wouldn't it?
I'm just, it's like, why don't you shoot yourself and be done with it, because, it'd be less pain.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm just like, did you think this out, Obviously not.
By the way, I did make a mistake earlier when I said my homebrew vest is going to be bulletproof. Ain't nothing actually bulletproof. It will be bullet resistant.
Right.
Just for all the people out there that say Skyman doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, a lot of people like to split hairs and say that, this isn't that, and, it didn't specifically say that, so you must be wrong.
Well,
a lot of people are like that.
Armor,
I know what you're talking about.
The best armor to protect you from a bullet is the armor that you're wearing that's not in front of the bullet. Don't get shot at, you won't get hit. It's pretty simple.
How about the best armor is just not to be there?
Yes.
Exactly,
That is true. That is true. Well,
it's
everybody talks about bullet-resistant armor and stuff, and, I'm sure it's going to happen someday, but none of us have been shot at. It's really hasn't become a factor. And I'm sure that it will someday whenever we have a lot of numbers. I mean, cops get shot at because there are something like 3 million cops in America, and there's 600 of us. So the odds that a cop is going to get shot at is pretty good. The odds that we are going to get shot at is pretty slim. So, if you want to get armor, that's great. Better safe than sorry. But to think that it's an absolute vital thing to have is probably not.
And it's also mission specific, If you're going out to patrol the bar area of town on a regular basis, you might be looking at something more dangerous. If you're walking in the park where people are known to get mugged, you might need that. If you're going to Comic-Con to hand out flyers, you don't need body armor. I hope.
Well, any kind of public event, like I do a lot of environmental activism. I've been working with the Mountains to Sound Greenway and Earth Corps, helping to remove invasive plants and planting healthy trees. And it's just like, do I really need all that armor for going out and helping the environment? I don't think so.
Right. No.
Or going to the food bank and volunteering a few hours of your time. Do you need armor for that? No.
And in most situations, I'd be more worried about having something that's slash-proof or stab-proof than bulletproof.
Right.
Yes.
I think the odds are more in favor of somebody having a blade, a knife, a homemade knife, a shank, something along that line, than a gun or a zip gun even. I don't know the statistics. I can't even say the word, but I would say you're 5 times more likely to be shot at than you are to be stabbed, then you ought to be shot at. That's just off the top of my head. And I bet my numbers are pretty accurate.
I believe that would be the case. I mean, I've been on patrol and I've had a few knives come out of nowhere, but never have I seen a gun. Not to say it won't happen.
Now, keeping with our theme of non-lethal weaponry, one thing that I wanted to ask about that I've been waiting on, I think I've talked to you. I know I've talked to Midnight Detective about this. What about something you could mount on your chest or your shoulder to do like a strobe effect, like a strobe light, especially a really bright strobe light, or even some sort of a laser pointer type of device that can blind an opponent that's approaching you?
I'm actually working on one of those right now. I call it the Laser Dazer. And what it is a green laser pointer that has a star-filled filter on it, so that it makes a whole bunch of star points instead of just one dot. It makes hundreds of dots. And
wow.
I've mounted it to a motor, right? So whenever you turn it on, it spins, and it spins really slow. And if you've ever been to like the space museums and you go through the little tunnel that's spinning and it has the night star prints on it and it's real hard to stand up in that, that's the idea behind the Laser Dazer, is that it will spin slowly so that whenever anybody that it's pointing at, if they look into it, it'll make them dizzy. Hopefully. That's the idea anyhow.
Have you ever done any work like using a burning laser? Have you seen the videos where they put the laser burner into the flashlight and make one that'll actually pop balloons across the room?
Yeah. I actually have that on my agenda to do, and I have an old CD burner over here that has died, and I'm going to take the diode out of that, the laser emitter out of it, and mount it to an ordinary laser pointer and see if I can't make a burning laser out of it. And I've seen it done on Instructables and DIY, several different places. I haven't done it yet.
Laser tunnel, what they call laser tunnel glove.
Yes.
Where they take the Kritz box or the Altoids box, and they put a little piece of mirror on a motor, like out of not a CD player, but a cassette player, and the laser shines in, and what it does is when you shine it and it turn this on, it creates a circle around the target there, like something out of Alien. It's really cool.
Wow.
It's one of those things, cool but not practical.
Right. And I find that's kind of the deal with a lot of the gadgets, unfortunately, is that they're pretty cool but not real practical. I've yet to find anything that's vital that needs to be built, So, I'm sure it'll come eventually.
But going back and mentioning your strobe light device, wouldn't the Eye know something about that? He worked with strobe devices as crime deterrents.
Yeah, the Eye and Captain Illumination are very, very good on the light sort of things.
Good God, did Captain Illumination get his PhD in lighting? I want to know, because that guy just goes on and on about different functions of your flashlight and the light fixtures. I'm like, damn,
he knows everything.
I'd like to know where he got his flashlight. That's got to be like an 18-cell mag light.
Yeah.
I love his flashlight. It's like a weapon with a flashlight built into it, but it's like a pole or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a staff with a flashlight on it.
Like pole vaulters have things shorter than that flashlight,
Still, what an awesome tool to carry around on patrol. That's absolutely legal.
A couple weeks back when I had the Eye on here, he actually mentioned a device that you can purchase that is a non-lethal weapon that uses light like that, and I've got the link on the Facebook page for the show. But he mentions that we talked about a little bit after the show, that does cause disorientation and basically takes the fight out of somebody the way the light does. He explained it, and it's like, man, I've got to get one of these just to mess with the neighbors,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen several items online that have made claims like that. Sage Michael brought one to my attention not too terribly long ago, that supposedly has a stun effect if you get close enough to it. It's disorienting at like 20 yards, but if you get within 15 feet of it, it'll stun you. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool, but I'm not sure exactly if that's true or not, but I would like to see it. And there was videos, and they showed people that were trying to run toward it, and then they would fall down, but were they paid actors? How long did they have the light shining on them? So forth and so on. There's a lot of different factors that go into that sort of thing. So
yep.
I don't know exactly how true it is, but I would be interested in looking into it.
Well, I've seen devices that range from the little toys, that you have a little trigger you pull and it has blows a puff of air at people that hurts.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can make something out of that. So many different possibilities. But then again, what are you willing to be carrying around with you? That's where the practicality comes in. I like the light device. You talk about the laser laser, and I talked about the strobe light would be just a flashing strobe. Is enough to disorient somebody if they're looking at you. But at the same time, then it's kind of disorienting to you because you're seeing them in that light also.
Right.
6 to 1, half dozen of the other.
Exactly.
But, a lot of possibilities. We've got about 3 minutes left. I want to go on ahead and corner you. And right now I am booked up through the first of the year. Actually, Christmas I'm doing a pre-recorded message. I'm going to have everybody call in, arrange to get sound clips from everybody from the community that I can, saying Merry Christmas, and do about a 30-minute pre-recorded show to play for everybody, just a Christmas card from the superhero community. I haven't any plans for New Year's Day. Don't know if I'll do a show that day or not. But on the 8th of December, I've got Purple Rain coming in to do domestic violence, and then I got Martin Luther King Day on the 15th. So are you available maybe the 22nd of January to do a surveillance program?
Let's see, 22nd of January. I don't think my calendar even goes that far. It doesn't. I would say I probably am.
I'm gonna go ahead and pencil you in there, and if something changes, we can always back up and punt.
Right.
I just before we ended, I wanted to wish ARTISTEROI and Superhero and all those that are going to be at Superheroes Anonymous 5 the best of luck in their endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And also, I'm one jealous fool.
Yes. And when you see life,
there's still
tell
room.
him.
There's still room up there.
When you see life, tell him that I'm still trying to get him on here for a weekend. It's hard to corner that guy.
Who's that?
Life.
Oh, Life. I'll tell him.
I'm still trying to get him on here.
He's one busy fellow, from what I understand.
He needs to be 3 people. He is so busy.
This is true. I think I need to be 3 people, too.
There's you a project. Why don't you build 2 more U's?
Ooh, clones.
No, androids.
Or robots. Robots are good, too.
Just don't let it turn into that Michael Keaton movie Multiplicity, where each copy thereof is stupider than the original.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I want you to build for me.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Build a little tiny one.
Ed 209 coming to the community watch block area of your neighborhood. Watch out.
Hey, didn't you tell me you were building Doctor Who's dog? I can't remember. K9?
Yes, I'm building a K9.
I want pictures, man.
That is what
jealous.
I'm building for MegaCon next year. That's what I've been looking for, a voice box for it all day today.
Well, we got 30 seconds, guys, so we're going to drop off here. I just want to thank you, ARTISTEROI, for being here. Another great show. Do get me a T-shirt design. We're gonna get some T-shirts sold and get this onto a premium, so we have up to 2 hours to do this next time.
Yeah. When do you need the T-shirt?
I'm trying to get the designs in by the 30th, by next weekend. So at the end of the Thanatos show, I can put up the poll on that.
All right.
And everybody else, see you next week on Superhero Academy with Thanatos the Avenger. Skyman, you be here, be square, whatever. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be an awesome show. I need 2 hours next week because this is just going to be the awesomest. But everybody have a good day. This is Crossfire the Crusader signing off.
All right.